business coach. I want to show you right now how to make $200,000 a year or more. I'm actually going to show you how a coach is going to be able to get to $800,000 a year, as I just got off a coaching session with Darren. Now, I took a screenshot of the notes of what we just went through. So the entire goal, the intention, why I want you to stick with me right now is so we can get you to have a plan for how you can do $200,000 a year and knowing the steps to be able to make that happen. Now, my promise for right now is if you just understand these simple basic steps of knowing what it is that you need to do to actually have the business model so that you can actually do the things that can get you to $200,000 a year, or as you'll see in Darren's example in just a second, that we're going to get you to be able to do $800,000 plus. Now, if that totally freaks you out, you're like $800,000, oh my God, and it's pushing your belief systems, that's totally cool. If $200,000 is maybe still pushing your belief system, like, yo, Chris, my goal is just to make $100,000 a year as an online fitness coach. That's totally cool. We can make those numbers stick with you right now. So if you're cool with that, then let's get straight into this. But also, if you're finding value with this, click like, and if any questions come up whatsoever during this training session, please comment below, ask a question so that we can then jump in and be able to answer them for you, because this is the stuff that works. This is where my promise is, if you're able to actually follow through with these few key steps, there's a little bit of math for us to do, but don't worry about it. I'm a meathead, and if I can wrap my head around this, you're going to be able to do this really easily as well. Cool? Cool. So let's get into this right now. So what we want to be able to do is firstly have a grasp of what's currently going on right now. Now, in the coaching session that I just had with Darren, we talked about where he's at right now. So currently right now, for his online coaching program, he's charging $75 a week for his online program, and it is a 6-month minimum agreement that they're coming onto. So that means every client that he's signing on right now is worth $1,800 to him. Every new sale, every client is going to be worth about $1,800. He knows he's putting $1,800 into his back pocket, and for him to be able to then figure out how does he actually get there. Now, this is where we want to be able to understand how much do you want to be charging, and how are you going to make sure that you are going to be able to sell at that rate as well. So just for example, in next week's training session, we're going to be covering why you should be charging more, because just typically online coaches are thinking they have to charge less. So we're going to show you how to charge more, and then we're going to show you in the training after that how to make sure that you're selling at that high rate so you really can actually sell high ticket coaching as well. So this is where Darren's at right now, and he wants to be able to earn more money. And if that's you, cool, then stick with me for us to be able to do this. So let's get rid of that and let's do this. So the way that I like to think about this is we work backwards for what we need to achieve right now. So what we did in the coaching session, I go, Darren, I'll ask the same question to you. What is the income that you want to be able to earn, and how many sales do you want to be able to do per week? Now, this was actually really cool, because when I first asked Darren this question, he said, I would like to do 10 new clients per month. And I was like, just 10 new clients per month? I think you can do a lot more. And he was like, okay, really? And you saw him light up. And this is where we get to the truth of it. He goes, I want 40 new clients per month. I go, okay, amazing. Now we're getting to like the goals that you want to achieve. Let's actually work with what it is you really want to get to, and let's make that happen. So 40 new clients per month, okay? Now, with every client is worth $1,800, that means he's going to be doing $72,000 a month. So how do we have an online coach do $72,000 a month? Well, we're going to show you right now how to do that. So the process of this is understanding what is it that you need to do to make that happen. So how do you get 40 new sales a month to have this work? Well, it's really simple at the end of the day. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so how do you get 40 new sales? Let's work backwards from here. So 40 new clients a month, and we know he's going to be able to do $72,000 of sales every single month. So we have to work backwards in what we call is going to actually be his sales pipeline. So for a sale to be made, you've got to have a conversation. For that conversation to be made, we need people to be able to go through the set of steps that is going to actually be what we engineer. And this is what we do. This is what you need set up to make it. So the way we can do this is we can go, what do you need for sales? Then you need to be able to have the sales calls or conversations, if you want to be able to call it that. Before that, we need to have what we call a triage, which is you qualifying the person for, are they actually a good fit for what it is that you do? Before that, they need to apply to have a triage conversation. And then before that, they need to opt in. Now, I'm even going to show you in Darren's marketing plan how he's going to be able to actually run his ads currently with what's happening right now to then make sure that he's getting to the goal of what this is. So if Darren wants 40 sales, remember that's our goal per month. Now, what we need to do is figure out on his sales pipeline, how does that actually break down? Now, his current numbers, and I've got the screenshot for what it is here. With the current percentages of his sales, for 40 sales, he needs to have 64 sales conversations per month, okay? So it means he's going to be converting at about a 60% conversion rate. So that means every time he has a sales call, he's able to turn 60% of those people into a client. I think that's actually pretty low, if I could be perfectly honest. But as we went through this process, I'd rather go the lower number than try and be too optimistic. A little bit of pessimism just means we're probably going to be earning more money at the end of the day rather than undershooting our goal. So that means he needs 64 sales conversations to be had. Now, that means he needs to have, at a 60% conversion rate, he needs 102 triages. So he needs to qualify through direct messages or through emails or through conversations. He needs to be able to have 102 of those triage conversations to then get to 64 sales conversations for him to get to have 40 sales. Does that make sense? You're picking up what I'm putting down. I think this is pretty easy. So then we work backwards again, and at a 60% conversion rate from 102, we have 100 and, oops, there we go. Sorry, my iPad had a wig out. 102, 163 applications. So he's needing 163 applications. He needs 163 people per month to say, hey, Darren, I want to have a conversation with you. I'm interested in coming on as a client of yours, which then means we need, and we work off currently with what we see working, we need a 10% conversion rate for what's happening right now. For getting someone from opting in. So let's say you're getting someone into a Facebook group. Let's say you're giving a free training program away, a free nutrition plan, a free training of some sort, right? We want 10% of those people, and we actually know the numbers. He needs about 1,500 opt-ins per month to then get to, stick with me, I'm going to do this real slow, okay? Darren needs 1,500 opt-ins per month through email predominantly, and I'll show you in a second how this breaks down with his ads. From 1,500 opt-ins, that means he's going to get 163 applications. From 163 applications, he's going to get 102 triages. If he gets 102 triages, that turns into 64 sales calls. From 64 sales calls, he's then doing 40 sales per month. Every sale is worth $1,800. Then the total sales from hitting these numbers is $72,000 per month. That's not even showing up on the iPad. There you go. I can scroll up for you to be able to see that. Does that make sense? Yes, no. If it doesn't, comment below. Totally no. Someone says hashtag know your numbers. Yes, I've totally got that for you as well. Easy for you to be able to do. Now, let's talk about the advertising side of things. Let's take this 72 out of the way. Let's talk about, at the moment, Darren is driving ads, Facebook ads specifically right now, to get to his opt-in. Now, he's currently converting at a $5 per opt-in. I think that's kind of high. And I said to Darren, I think he can get that to about $3, but let's just work off with $5 right now. So with $5, okay, and this is how we work backwards. So, and I'll just take a side tangent. If someone says, what's your marketing budget? Technically, you don't really have an answer for what your marketing budget is because your marketing budget is determined by how effective it is, and how effective it is being able to get sales to being able to get cash collected, right? Because then you're able to say, hey, I spend this much money at the start of the month on ads. I'm able to have X amount of sales at the end of the month, and I have Y amount of cash collected. I've got this much profit in my hand. I can put this much back in ads, and then you keep building up from there. So for Darren in this circumstance, if he's getting $5 opt-ins, that means we need to get 1,500 opt-ins. We need to spend $7,500 in ads per month. So you can see $7,500 in ads for him to get 1,500 opt-ins, to get 163 applications, 102 triages, 64 sales calls, 40 clients. Now, the whole idea and the reason why I wanted to share this with you today is because all you need to be able to do is to be able to actually make sure that you know what your numbers are, and you can easily break this down for what it needs to look like as well. Now, anyone that's currently on live with me, if you do hashtag replay, what I'll be able to do is I'll actually get the link for this training, because this will be coming up in the YouTube and into the podcast as well. You'll get the link and you'll be able to go through this training. I know I'm going through it fairly quickly, but it's not that hard at the end of the day. And again, going through the training, you'll be able to pick this up, pause it where you need to. But importantly, you've got to know, what are your numbers at right now? And this is actually really, really important. What are the numbers where you have? Now, number one, if you don't have any idea of what your numbers are, okay, that's perfectly fine. We just need to work out what it is that you're needing to be able to do. And I think that's really easy. But if you know what the steps are from here, is number one, questions to answer. Okay, you can put in the comments as I go through these key questions. Let's just do 3 questions to start off. First question is going to be, where are you getting leads right now? So in the comments, put in, where are you getting leads? What's the system and what platform do you have to be able to get leads? Because remember, this is only working for Darren because we have a predictable system of making sure that we're having leads coming through. That's how the rest of this works. So one is, where are the leads coming from? Number 2 is going to be, how much is it costing you to get those leads? Now, if you're not running ads and you're doing purely organically, that's cool as well, but it's costing you in time and effort as well. Just don't think it's monetary free, but there is something you're doing. There's a resource you're putting in to be able to get it out. And then thirdly, how much is it costing you to get a client? Okay, so obviously if you're running ads and you're saying, I'm spending X amount of dollars and I'm getting Y out, we need to know what that actually is. So there's probably 2 types of trainers right now that are with me. One, the trainer that has no idea what I've said, and that's perfectly fine as well. If you're that case and you want us to be able to help you piece this together, let's just say, comment below, hashtag newbie, and that's perfectly fine, but say hashtag newbie, and what we'll be able to do is we'll set you up with the training that'll show you how to get everything started to understand this. Okay, so newbie, how to understand it, how to get started. If you're the other type of trainer and you have a good idea with what's going on right now, then what we need to actually have is, how do you scale this? How do you build the systems so you have all of the steps in the sales pipeline, and then you can scale it? If that's you, put in the comments hashtag scale, and then we'll be able to send you the specific training to be able to do that as well. All right, someone already said hashtag newbie below. We've got someone here. I'll put this into the broadcast. Here we go. So we got leads organically from Instagram, just my country. 2, cost me time and effort. Amazing. 98 conversion once they reach me out. So whoever this is, if you're still on with me live, how many clients are you actually signing on per month? And I would also love to know, what's the target amount of clients? So a 98% conversion rate, I actually think is too high. If that's so high, typically what I've seen is it's not scalable, which is kind of what's happening because it's organic. But if it's hitting your targets, then 100% this is amazing. Keep going. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm giving you a total fist bump for that one. So you can see here, this is a great example. Organically for Instagram, plenty of coaches doing this. This is just fantastic. You're not running ads, you're doing it organically, so it's just costing you time and effort. So we want to be able to say, how do we make that easier, faster, and cheaper for you, so you're able to do more of the things that is able to scale. And then 98% conversion rate, I actually think that's too high. Whenever I see like crazy numbers like that, there's something typically that we want to be able to do so that we can get things building bigger, faster, stronger, and making it a lot easier from your side of things as well. But I really appreciate you being able to put that into the comment section. That is amazing. So what we've got here is 2 steps for you to be able to take right now. Number 1, it's going to be, are you a hashtag newbie and you want to be able to put this system together so that you can have a predictable system to get leads to turn them into the clients? Or if you've already been doing this for a while and you're going, yeah, Chris, I'm picking up what you're putting down right now. I might have a bit of a Swiss cheese problem, which is you've just got a couple of holes here and there and you want to be able to plug them up so that we can hit these goals. Then all you need to be able to do is hashtag scale, and what we'll be able to do is then give you the trainings. Because the worst thing that we can do from now is technically send you in the wrong direction. If you're at a level and let's say you're learning to walk, we don't want to put a barbell with 160 kilos on your back and expect you to pump out some reps. That's not going to happen. We want to build up into it. Now, here we go. 3 clients per month, one-on-one, not online, target 4 to 5 clients, 1 point. Okay, this is amazing. This is really good. Okay, so what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to, let's say, double the amount of clients that are coming on board. And they're currently one-on-one. If you wanted online clients, we would just set the same system. So for all the trainers right now that do face-to-face, it's the same process. If you do online, it's the same process. If you do online and face-to-face, there's 2 processes, but the same, but you just break them down to make it nice and easy as well. So I think that's really good, and I appreciate you jumping in from that one. So let's not make this any longer than it needs to be right now. So we've gone through what this process is. This is literally mimicking a coaching session that I just had previously with Darren, and I wanted to be able to share this with you today because this is the stuff that works, if I could be brutally honest. Like, this is the stuff that it might not be fun. It's not sexy whatsoever, but it is goddamn effective. And that's what we want to be doing at the end of the day to make sure that you're building your business. So make sure any questions whatsoever, throw them into the comments. I appreciate you being here. If you want to get the trainings for the newbies, hashtag newbies to get everything started. Or if you want to be able to scale your business even further, hashtag scale. We'll make sure that you get the right trainings to do what it is that you need to do. I appreciate you being here. Remember, next week, we're going to talk about how to raise your prices, and then we're going to show you how to make sure that you can sell at a higher price range as well, so that you can deliver more value to your clients and get them better results and have a business that you really want to run as well. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to chatting with you real soon.